Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you are doing good. And as I told you in last class that we are going to discuss about the why democracy today. So let's discuss. So why democracy? Concept of democracy. Okay, structure of democracy, or in the sense, if you see here, we can say that it is against of democracy. So let us start first. Concept of democracy, the structure of democracy. If you see that, it is very complicated. The structure of democracy is very complicated. Now, leaders keep changing in a democracy. This leads to instability. What will happen if you see that leaders keep changing in a democracy? In every 5 years, they are having election, and in that election, the same leader will come. It is not compulsory. The leaders are keep changing, so that their strategy, what they plan, that will also change by the person. Okay, are you getting? So here, this leads to instability, because that persons are not stable, they are not continuously coming for the next term. So what will happen? Everything will change, the strategy, their planning, okay, so everything will change, and with that it leads to the instability. Nothing will stable. If one government come and they will plan for something, and when the next government will come, they will start another project and they will stop doing the previous one. So with that, nothing will continue. So that's why democracy, it leads to the instability okay, because of changing the leaders. Now democracy is all about political competition and power play. If you see that, democracy is all about political competition. Everyone shows, they want to show their power. What they did, they want to proclaim. If you see that whichever government is ruling, what they will do, they will start saying, okay, we constructed this many these kilometer roads, we constructed these many houses, many things they will tell, because they are ruling party. So that again, when people will heard about this, they will think, okay, now this government is working well, so again they will give vote to the person. So that's why it is all about power play. They are playing with the people, because they are in power, they are playing with the people, so that they will come to power. Next, if you see there is no scope for morality. If you see here, there is no scope for morality. Morality in the sense, there is no discrimination, there is no discrimination between good and bad, okay, good or evil. Nothing is there in politics. Everything is fair in politics. They won't see whether that is good for the people or not. If they are getting benefits from that rules, okay, acts, they will do it. That is called politics. There is no scope for morality in politics and in democracy. Now many people have to be consulted in a democracy, that is leads to delay. If you see here, suppose one bill need to pass, what will happen? It will go to your Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, there they will debate on it, whether it is good or bad. So as we know that our 5 finger is not equal, like that everyone's thought is not equal. So if, for example, if 100 members is there, 60% member will tell, okay, it is good, so it should be passed. Again 40 will say, no, it is not good. So what will happen? Because of their discussion or debate, they are taking time, and with that it leads to delay. Because of that, the decision making will be delay, and that the work will be delay, because of that consultants or their discussion. It is in democracy, without discussing anything they can't do. They have to discuss about every good or bad about the particular thing, then only they will pass the bill. So it leads to your delay. Now elected leaders do not know the best interest of the people, it leads to bad decision. What will happen? You know, so that the elected leaders, they don't know the best interest of the people, means what is good for the people and what is bad for the people, they don't know. Simply they got elected, and after that what happened? So if they don't know, that's why they will take their own decision, and it leads to the bad decision. Sometimes it leads to the bad decision, because they don't know, simply what they thought, according to that they will take the decision, and sometimes it is went wrong. It is not good for the people. So, next, democracy leads to corruption for it based on the electoral competition. If you see that democracy leads to corruption, how? Because it is based on electoral competition. If you see that in democracy, whenever the election will come, people are spending crores of rupees to get elected. They are giving bribe, they are giving different stuff to the people so that people will give them votes, which is not good. It leads to the corruption. Yes or no? If that person spending lakhs or crores of rupees to get elected, obviously he will take back. When he got elected, he will try to get back his money, and that will lead to the corruption, and it is going on in democracy. If you don't know about the election procedure, you can ask to your parents, they will tell you how means people are distributing different stuffs, money while election time, which is not official, but non-officially they are doing the things. Now, ordinary people don't know what is good for them, they should not decide anything. You know, here in democracy, the representative, they think that the ordinary people don't know anything and they should not decide anything for themselves. So, the decision should be taken by the representative, and as I told you in previous point that they are not always right, because they don't know the best interest of the people. Okay. So, here also the important democracy. Now, if you see that from these arguments, we can see that democracy of the kind we see may not be the ideal form of government. If you see that with this argument, all the points, we can say that the democracy which we are following, that may be not ideal form of government, because many faults are there in this democracy. People are got elected, but they are corrupted, and here you can see that this democracy is all about political competition and power play, and here there is no morality in democracy. If you see that the leaders, those who got elected by the people, they don't know the best interest of the people, so that they are making bad decisions, and they think that people should not take any decision for themselves. So, here many faults are there in democracy. You can say this is the against point of democracy. Now, however, we will see if democracy is better than other forms of government that are there for us to choose them. What is that? However, we will see if democracy is better than other forms of government that are there for us to choose them. You can see that. However, but democracy is better option for us. If you will see other option which is available for us, okay, form of government. Now, if you see that argument in favor of democracy. Now, we talk about democracy against the democracy. Now, we are going to talk about the in favor of the democracy. Okay. Now, you can see here that a democratic government is a better government because it is more accountable form of government. If you see here that a democratic government is better government because it is more accountable form of government. Why it is a more accountable? Because here you can consider or take out the mistake in democracy. That is why it is more accountable government. Here you can identify the mistake. Okay. That is why it is a better government compared to other government. Okay, because it is a accountable form of government. Now, take the example of India and China famines in 1958 to 1961. If you see here, okay, getting see. So, you can see that the example of India and China famine in 1958 to 1961. Here you can see here, while the famine, what happened, more than 3 crore people got affected by the famine, and while China was hit badly, India did not fare as badly despite its economic condition. If you see here, while this famine, what happened, China was hit very badly, but India did not fare as badly. Because India did not fare as badly means India also got affected, but not as much China. and despite its economic condition. If you see that the economic condition at that time, the Indian economy was, the Chinese economy was better than the Indian economy, but still China was hit very badly because of the famine. Why? We are going to discuss this thing in next class. Okay, same topic we are going to discuss about the famine in 1951 to 1961. The same topic we are going to discuss in next class. Till then, take care.